This is Bulldog Licensing. We've had a fantastic show this year. I think the show has really belied the market in terms of the negativity that you see in the press and on the news all the time. The show has actually been hugely upbeat, people coming along with new ideas, retailers wanting to invest in brands. And as a company, I think we've really benefited from our diverse portfolio. So we're a third-party licensing agent representing brands ranging from very young kids, Gucci Coup, which is a top-selling brand, in greetings cards, gifts, accessories and dolls from MB Sports, right the way through to sort of adult collectible market with some of our classic brands. We've had a huge amount of interest. We work with retailers right across the UK market, right across Europe and indeed in the States. Our classic brands have had a massive amount of interest since we launched the licensing programs sort of 12 to 18 months ago. In particularly recently, we've agreed a deal with the PDSA, which is one of the biggest charities in the UK. They specialise in providing veterinary care for pets, and Rhubarb and Custard are going to be the brand ambassadors for the PDSA across the future. It's going to see a massive amount of exposure from Rhubarb and Custard, running the London Marathon, in PDSA veterinary clinics, on the PDSA website, which gets about 1 million unique visitors a month. Huge exposure, and as a result of that, we've actually agreed deals here at the show across new categories, including pets, accessories, and plush. Life's a brand we took on about a year ago, and our apparel ranges have now launched into the higher end of the high street fashion market, so in retailers such as River Island, Next, etc., and selling phenomenally well. Life is one of the biggest magazine brand names in the world. In fact, it's named as one of the top 10 brands that changed America. And our ranges of greetings cards have had an unprecedented response for the art launch, which is very cool. And we're now moving into new areas, including iPhone skins, a lot of interest from bag and accessory licensees, which is something we'll be following up on after the show. Tired Ted is one of our newest brands that we're launching at the show. And Tired Ted is a design brand from a guy called Innis Styles. And Innis, amongst many other things, has worked for card companies such as Hallmark. He's worked for McLaren F1, and he's also been in the boot camp of the X Factor back in 2005. So he's a very accomplished singer and a PR agent's dream. So we've had a great response to Tired Ted. Beautiful look, teddy bears constantly sell, and it's a new sophisticated look with illustrative style accompanied by high-res photographic art. So it's a slightly different take for the market, which we think will be very successful. Come over here to Shoot, which was one of my personal favourite brands as a kid. We have products including the top-selling annual in the UK, top-selling sports annual in the UK, which Pedigree produced. As you see on the top shelf, we've got an iPhone app where you can read the Shoot magazine. We're bringing ranges to market right across UK retailers, from apparel, as you can see in the background there, through to homewares, accessories, publishing, stationery lines, everything. And we've had a phenomenal reaction. Monkey is obviously everyone's favourite friend, owned by the charity Comic Relief. He was the frontman for the ITV digital advertising campaign. More recently, he's been used under license by PG Tips, launching an enormous retail range throughout next year. Right away across Tesco. In fact, the products on the plush went live this week, I believe. We're bringing in a new web shop. We've got products from greetings cards to calendars, to plush to apparel, mugs, gift accessories, etc. And a huge response both at the show but also from consumers. He's got over 100,000 people on his Facebook pages and a very prolific social media presence, which will really help to drive traffic to the merchandise. And Go-Go's Crazy Bones is a brand that's an absolute phenomenon. It's the biggest selling boys collectible brand that certainly I've ever worked on. At various stages it has been and remains the biggest selling boys collectible in the UK, Spain, Germany, Benelux, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. It's the biggest selling boys collectible in the US in Target, Walmart, Walgreens and Toys R Us, and also in France across kiosks. We launched a TV series at MidCon 2 weeks ago, had a phenomenal response. The animation is absolutely amazing. We've got 57 licensees on board, and from a standing start in 2008, we're now in the top 125 licensed brands in the world by retail sales value. genuine phenomenon. I've never experienced a brand quite like this in terms of the passion for consumers just wanting to bring new things to market and actually challenging us, saying please bring new, and actually asking for specific product range via our website, which we then get to market via our licensees. So it's a perfect sort of symbiotic relationship between consumer and licensee.